Hello and welcome. As you can see, it's late, a little late at night, a little later. Usually I'm doing this. It's gonna come out early. I just I have to re-record this too. I had a whole like 20 to 25 minute episode like done that I already recorded and everything. And then honestly, after the injury tonight, I don't got it in me to re-record this week. So this week's gonna be a little bit shorter, at least for today. Coming into Thursday, I'll go a little bit into depth on some of the more important games, but Damar Hamlin suffered a really serious injury. I mean, this is like life or death serious. I'll get into it a little bit more at the end because there's not much that's out. So maybe after these like 5 or 10 minutes, once I go through, there'll be a little bit more that's out. But like, it was just really scary. I mean, he basically took an ordinary hit into the chest. I thought he hit the ground. He popped back up and then he fell back on the ground. Sounded like he went into cardiac arrest and his heart stopped for a second. There's rumors he's in critical condition. Um, all around, it's seriously just so awful. The game stopped. This is the first time in my lifetime Monday night game or a game in general has been suspended. And I'm not going to go into it as well, but Skip Bayless, I just read something. He said something that's really, really bad that probably shouldn't have been said. But he's kind of making a fool of himself a little bit. But overall, I mean, it was just really scary with Damar Hamlin. I mean, beyond scary. But basically, yeah, we'll just get into the games. This will probably be about 10, 15 minutes. I mean, like I told you, I had basically the whole 30-minute episode recorded, and OBS glitched when I was moving screens over when I was doing something. I didn't catch it in time, so I don't got it in me. Basically just small stall pit. During my whole playing career, I dealt with injuries and everything like that, so a little soft spot to injuries, nothing like too personal or nothing. I'm not trying to make this woe is me or anything. It's just like when it comes to injury, man, I don't like seeing them. It makes me really uncomfortable. And just seeing this tonight, I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting. It was just awful. I hate to see it. So I just want to get this episode out early. It's gonna be a little bit shorter, but I still want to get it out. And I just like tomorrow, like when I was gonna plan on doing everything, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to get to it with everything that's going on now. And just after seeing that, I just want to at least like basically just get it out early. I don't want to just think about this anymore. Basically, it's the best way to put it. So I want to talk all about football, get all the football information like pushed out that I saw from this weekend, give like the quickest tidbits of information that I usually do, and then I'm gonna bounce out of here because, yeah, like I said, that was absolutely disgusting. So it was the game was 7-3. It was just suspended because of the Damar Hamlin injury, and like seriously, this is one of the worst like injuries. It's just seriously, it's just disgusting. So yeah, the Cowboys beat the Titans on Thursday night, which really didn't matter too much. And now that not the Cowboys. The Titans will play the Jaguars. That game on Saturday night will be for the division. Josh Dobbs starting for the Titans. Jaguars are favored by 6. Giants beat the Colts. I mean, there was really no contest. Giants clinched the playoffs for the first time since 2016 in the Banana Bow incident. 49ers beat the Raiders in a thrilling OT game. Stidham had a really good game, surprisingly, but Brock Purdy was able to do just enough to let the 49ers come back. And the defense played well at the end for the 49ers. Chargers blew out the Rams. It was basically no contest. Eagles didn't really show up at all. No offense at all against the Saints. Lions absolutely blew out the Bears. It was not even close at all, really. And now they play the Packers next week. Assuming the Seahawks lose, that game's potentially going to be for the division, so that's going to be something very interesting to watch out for. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Lions could win, potentially. Packers could potentially win, but it's all really going to depend on what happens with the Seahawks first, earlier in the day. Bucks won. By the way, I'm thinking for some reason that the Rams are going to probably beat the Seahawks that game, and we're going to see a Packers-Lions for the last playoff spot. Bucks, Mike Evans gets 3 touchdowns. They end up winning to clinch the division now, too, so they get a playoff spot. So there's not that many playoff spots left, as you're hearing from all this. Chiefs, they get a very close win against the Broncos. They're probably going to rest a lot of their guys next week, depending on this one-seed situation now with everything that's been happening. Jaguars absolutely blew out the Texans, so like I said, their game next week is going to be for the division. Cardinals played the Falcons. Not much really happened, and the Falcons ended up kicking a game winner. That game didn't mean much. Browns eliminated the Commanders. Not surprising, really. After Carson Wentz starts, he played really bad, had 3 interceptions, and that led to a Browns victory. The Dolphins and Patriots. Dolphins had it close for a minute, but then Teddy Bridgewater threw a pick and got hurt. So Skylar Thompson came in the game, and after that, it wasn't really competitive. It was a bit competitive, but like once he went out, it was kind of like, oh, the Patriots are probably going to win this. Tough spot for Skylar, and the Patriots ended up winning, but it's close. A little bit closer than I thought it would be after Teddy went out, but it's still good win by the Patriots. Now still have playoff hopes. Jets are officially eliminated from the playoffs. They lost 23-6 to the Seahawks, and what's going to be happening to them next season is going to be very interesting. I'll talk about that probably a little bit next week or the following week. So I'll talk about a little bit what teams might look like. Vikings, Packers. Vikings basically didn't show up. Packers absolutely blew them out. So if they win next week, potentially they'll be in the playoffs, like I said, depending on what happens with the Seahawks game. And then Pittsburgh played a really tough, gritty game on Sunday night. They ended up winning. And then I'm going to jump to the next week's game. The games really matters. Titans-Jaguars Saturday night for the division. Seahawks-Rams at 4 o'clock. That's going to be for, if the Seahawks win, they win a playoff spot. If they lose, it's going to be the winner of the Packers-Lions. Ravens-Bengals might matter, but we're going to have to see because it's the whole Damar Hamlin situation. That I'll get into a little bit more in a second. And then past that, like I said, Lions-Packers. Those would be like the big games for the night. College playoffs-wise, there's a lot of bowl games today. Penn State won, LSU won. Tulane won a really awesome game against USC. I mean, that was a really fun game to watch. And then the big ones, Georgia, as it struck midnight, they basically won their bowl. They came back to win after a very tough game by C.J. Stroud. He played really, really well, but they come down to kick it for the win, ends up not going through. He shanked it completely, and basically now Ohio State, they had a really good chance. They're really close, but now it's going to come down to Georgia and TCU. TCU played a really amazing game against Michigan. 2 defensive touchdowns. They played really well. They basically they didn't play the best they could have, but they played as good as they needed to win, and they played a really impressive game against Michigan. They handled them. They made J.J. McCarthy make the plays, and he struggled a little bit. So overall, it's a really good win by TCU. I'll go into that a little bit on Thursday into my special show. But yeah, like I said, this is not going to be a long episode because of what happened tonight. I mean, Damar Hamlin, again, he got hit in the chest. He tackled the guy, and then as he was getting up, he basically collapsed and got knocked out. And they had to do CPR to him, and it was just a scary scene. They basically waited an hour to see what was happening with him, and I mean, I can't put it into words how chilling it was just to see that, because I mean, Damar Hamlin, he's a great guy. Stuff's coming out now of all the nice work that he did and all the stuff he did for the community and how good of a young kid he was going to be. And it's just, you hate to see stuff like this, man, because this is going to sound ignorant. This is not me trying to sound ignorant, but I mean, you always care about the person first. But as a player, I mean, his career is probably, I hate to say it, but this is career altering. But first off, I hope he's okay. I seriously hope he's okay, because man, that was just one of the scariest things that I think I've ever seen, like, in the National Football League. And I just, like I said, prayers. I mean, just the look on the players' faces. I mean, the fact that they took an hour to cancel the game too, that was kind of weird. I mean, I was just sitting there. I was talking a little bit with some of my people just to ask them, like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, what's going on? And I thought they should have canceled the game a little bit sooner. I'm glad they did the right thing. What are they going to do? They haven't announced what they're going to do with this game in the future. That's of the least importance right now. The most important is I hope Damar Hamlin's okay. First off, before I get into him, I hope T. Higgins is okay too. T. Higgins is the guy who hit him, and I just hope that he hasn't beaten himself up over it. I hope that he knows that it's football. It happens, but you just hate to see this, man. I mean, football is one of the best games in the world. It just showed us over the weekend, like with how awesome the college games could be and all these NFL games, and then there's just like quick reminders that, hey, it can happen just like that. Just like that, and it can be flipped on its head. Something can happen, and man, I seriously hope that kid's okay. He's only 24 years old. He's a year older than me. I mean, it's just crazy thing. It's basically like somebody I went to college with that just got hurt, and now, just like, yeah, man. Like I said, I at least want to get out like the football information, let you know what happened in this game. So as you can see, like the games next week are gonna be really matter. There's not too many that matter. My Thursday episode, I'll do a lot better of collecting my thoughts, and I'll get more information out there for you on the games and everything. But I wanted to get this out now because I just want like a day or two break, man. I just don't want to think about football anymore tonight. I don't want to think about it tomorrow. I just want to give it like a little bit of break, man. Just hope that he's okay, because I mean, I don't think I can iterate enough how much I seriously hope this kid's okay, because just prayers up for him, man. I hope he's okay. Like I said, though, I mean, other than this, we had like an amazing weekend of games. It was awesome games all around. The bowl games all were awesome. And it just sucks that this is how football is going to end, because nobody's going to remember anything that's happened this weekend, really. I just saw something too, like Donovan Mitchell scored 71. No one's going to remember that. This is all remembered for today about Damar Hamlin. And like I said, look out for the Thursday episode. Thursday episode will be a lot more action-packed. I will try to stretch it a little. I'll probably stretch it a little bit longer, add a little bit more into like each game. But yeah, I just don't want to do. I can't do much of it anymore. I'm basically at a loss for words. I feel like I'm starting to repeat myself and say the same thing over. So I just hope he's okay, man. And yeah, that was the NFL this week. A lot of good games other than this moment with Damar Hamlin, and I just hope he's okay. And I really hope that we get to hear good news here upcoming.